We now go to Rick Ritter live with the bitter cold conditions. Rick, you have been out there covering this all day and doing a phenomenal job, but you can see it in your face just how cold it is out there.
Oh, I definitely appreciate that, Jess. Thank you. And it is certainly cold. For those who thought it was cold out earlier today, you haven't seen anything yet. Now that the sun is gone, the wind chill is really starting to pick up. And of course, that's the major concern going into tonight and tomorrow morning as well. I spoke with many today who say hands down, one of the coldest days that they can remember in quite some time. We are live with the WJZ Mobile Weather Lab, about 15 degrees out here, feeling like 4 degrees at times. The wind gusts hovering around 20 miles per hour. These conditions certainly wreaking havoc on the area. So many water main breaks, DPW can't keep up. The bitter cold refuses to loosen its grip on Maryland. Despite the sun, it's the blistering temperatures and biting wind chill that's pummeling the region. One of the most brutal stretches in years.
In terms of temperature, it's the coldest I've ever felt.
DPW workers now on a mandatory 12 hours on, 12 off, dealing with dozens of water main breaks from Towson to the city. An aging infrastructure doesn't stand a chance with this type of cold. The aftermath, back alleys like this one in Canton, now an ice skating rink. Residents like Russell Phillips.
It's just freezing, and I'm wondering how I can get to work.
Stuck with nowhere to go.
Just a huge sheet of ice, and I tried to go slow in four-wheel drive, and as soon as you get through wheels on ice, it doesn't matter what you do.
Doctors are warning about the deadly conditions.
It's hard to appreciate how truly dangerous the extreme weathers can be.
Especially for those outside for long periods of time.
Yeah, it definitely can be fatal. There's patients who every year lose their lives due to extreme weather.
It's what forced the city to extend a code blue alert, with wind chills expected to dip well below zero in the hours ahead.
Bundle up, it's cold, it's not enjoyable.
And after you're out here for about 10 minutes or so with the wind chill, it's hard to move your face. Doctors urging people, if you're coming outside, remember, it only takes 30 minutes or less to cause frostbite. They say it's those who underestimate conditions like this who usually wind up in the hospital. Denise?
All right, good warnings. Thank you, Rick. Now, city schools were closed today, but dramatic pictures of students bundled up inside Baltimore classrooms have been sparking outrage across the country where they've been seen. Kimberly Eden is live at City School headquarters with who is stepping up to help the system with its heating problems. Kimberly?
And Denise, frozen pipes and busted heating systems are only the beginning of problems city schools now face. The governor saying he is outraged. He's looking for answers from school administrators, and he's not the only one.
Very cold.
Very cold. You guys are cold.
It's a conversation on cold, with some of the youngest students left shivering inside Baltimore City School classrooms this week. Their teacher, former NFL player Aaron Mabin.
So what do y'all think about school being this cold?
Like his students bundled up and braving failed heating systems and burst pipes, forcing schools to shut down, but not before some parents pulled their kids from class.
The water is cold, it's unbearable, it's icicles in the classroom. The cold water jug is frozen with ice. It's inhumane for these children.
Those problems have now landed on the top desk in the state.
I'm outraged at the failures in Baltimore City.
Governor Larry Hogan says he wants to trace the money trail after reports that city schools have returned $66 million in state money, dollars that could have funded dozens of new heating systems.
They're one of the few jurisdictions in the state that hasn't addressed these problems, in spite of the fact that I believe they may be the most highly funded school system in America.
The search for answers taking a back seat for now as the school and city scramble to make quick fixes to get the doors back open for kids.
What I'd love for our congressional folks to do is to put together a infrastructure package for the federal government so that we can get these pipes and so forth fixed in the city and the schools.
Mayor Catherine Pugh says she has the Department of Public Works assisting schools and BGE working through the weekend, all together trying to turn the heat back on. And with those pictures of students now having gone viral, we're seeing a lot of people step in to help. A Coppin State student raising $40,000 for students. We're also seeing drives for things like winter coats and extra clothes. Reporting live tonight in Baltimore, I'm Kimberly Eaton for WJZ.
Kimberly, thank you so much. The storm lashed Maryland's coastline, and right now, Ocean City is still digging out from the blizzard. First Warning weather coverage continues with Mike Helgren reporting from the boardwalk.
After dealing with a blizzard, there's still blowing snow today. This is what the beach looks like in Ocean City, and now the frigid temperatures have set in. From snowdrifts on the boardwalk to the frigid waters off the inlet, Ocean City is in a deep freeze. What's it feel like out here right now?
Like 9 degrees.
Cold. Cold. This time lapse shows the blizzard as it engulfed the beach. One day after the storm, plenty of people were getting stuck on ice-coated streets.
And then I had to cut in, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Isn't it great to have good Samaritans?
It absolutely is. This is what life is all about, are people like these people right here.
We caught others having a bit of fun doing donuts in the inlet parking lot. And again, there were people with surfboards in the ocean, water temperature around 30 degrees. We also saw plenty of people navigating the streets on foot, despite the life-threateningly cold temperatures.
Actually, when I go in today, I'm going to thaw out and sit back and get ready for work on Monday.
Plows are working overtime, keeping roads clear because of drifting snow. This was the scene in Salisbury, where police helped more than 100 people who've gotten stranded since the storm started. A 1-2 punch of snow, then Arctic cold.
Best thing to do is stay home, because it's no different than it was yesterday, except it's just stopped snowing.
There was no major flooding here like what we've seen to the north in Massachusetts. Still, those temperatures are life-threatening, and if you don't have to be outside, stay indoors. From Ocean City, Mike Helgren, WJZ.
Surging ocean tides and wind gusts of more than 70 miles per hour slammed into New England. Record coastal flooding there caused 15 to 20-foot waves to slam ice and debris against homes yesterday. Further north in Boston, icy water from the city's harbor submerged streets downtown and flooded a subway station. The storm's coastal flooding reached levels not seen since the blizzard of 1978. Well, remember to download WJZ's weather app to keep track of our changing weather. Get hourly, daily, and extended forecasts, plus severe weather warnings. Just search WJZ Weather and get our app.